What challenges might you face if you're a fire starter? And if you still choose to be one, what are the steps you can take to become a fire starter? Hi, this is Carma Spence, and today is the last video in my series with Kathy Palokoff, co-author of Firestarters. And we start off answering the question that we ended up with last video, which was, are there unique challenges that only fire starters face? Are there unique challenges that fire starters face that other people don't?
That's a great question. I think they face some of the challenges of jealousy of people. So we had stories of one of the women who I really liked was a woman by the name of Dr. Angela Marshall. Angela started Comprehensive Women's Health. So she's at this point in her career seen probably 25,000 women as a general doctor because she felt that women's health wasn't being addressed correctly. Angela started out literally being fearful that she was going to be homeless. She had a single mom, and she ended up doing really well academically and getting a scholarship through the CIA to become an engineer. So she becomes an engineer, and then she goes to med school. But when she took that engineering scholarship from the CIA, she had a lot of naysayers saying, what are you doing? You're tying your life to the CIA. And she's going, this is my step to freedom, you know? So I think sometimes fire starters have, again, it's the extinguishers. I think we all have them. Everyone has extinguishers in your life, whether or not you're a fire starter or not a fire starter, but I think those extinguishers can impact a fire starter more because they do want to go ahead and have a dream and move forward. And that one of the other things that really can hurt a fire starter the most is a fire starter, the itself. So I think you've heard many stories of the head of a company who just won't let go. Right? Won't let it grow. A CEO who wants to hold on so tightly to their idea. So their inability to be expansive, their ability to let go, they can be very strong personalities. So they can alienate people. So they're, all those kind of things come with the fire starter category if you're going to be one, but they don't limit you because you're smart enough to figure out the strategies to get around it.
Are there things that someone can do to ignite their own fire starterness? If they go, I want to be a fire starter, but I don't feel like I'm one now. Are there steps someone can take to nurture that inner fire starter?
It starts with understanding what your strength is. So this idea of, are you an innovator? Are you an instigator? Are you an initiator is really important. So if you're someone who is an initiator, but maybe you don't have that innovation streak with you, you might want to partner with an innovator, right? You might want to find other people who get those qualities. But in terms of igniting, what we saw that people were often ignited by a situation. So they were working a job and they just hated the job and they wanted to quit. The way to become a fire starter is to be a fire starter. You have to act. I mean, I know that sounds really simplistic, but until you take that first step, until you do the action, and until you're willing to fail and pick yourself off the ground, and, again, the stories in the book, they represent incredible failures and obstacles, and these people just kept on going. And they weren't any different than you and me.
Right.
I mean, you're writing a book. You're very successful. Why are you doing that? Because you have this passion to do that. Firestarters was my first book, and I have been trying to write books for years. I mean, I write books for my clients. I've promoted and helped many people be really successful. And all of a sudden I needed to say, okay, what about me? Yeah. Where's my passion? What am I going to do? I, by the way, started my first company when I was 48. So I was not an early bloomer. I worked for major corporations. I also was like a single parent and needed to have money for my kids. But year after year, people said to me, why don't you start your own company? The only thing that was holding me back was me. I mean, I started my own company. Within 3 years, I made more than I had made in 5 years previously being an employee. So I think part of that is just you have faith and you grow into it and you don't let people turn you down. And that's if you're an entrepreneur. If you're someone who is that stay-at-home mom, and by the way, I did that for a while. I was really bad at it. I was really horrible at it, but I did do it, and it's like by far the hardest job I ever had. But if you see something you want to change, don't wait for someone else in the organization to change it. Go after it. Life is short, and I think keeping that in front of you that, this is your time to go after it. And you can do it no matter what age. You can do it when you're 8. You can do it when you're 80. You can do it if you have money, if you don't have money. We have in the book lots of ideas how to get people ignited and
Right.
then how to fuel it and accelerate it. But, I like that. Good book. But I would, the key, and I know I'm rambling on this, but I can't stress it enough, is just do it. I mean, it really is the Nike slogan, just do it. Know that you have it in yourself. And if you fail, what's the worst that could happen? Right?
Exactly. Exactly. So is there anything I haven't asked you that you want to share?
And I just would really love to see all the people who are listening to your show know that they have it in them. I would love them to read my book. That would be great.
Again, that's
You can,
Firestarters.
but no, I think your questions were really, really great, and I just so appreciate it. And I have a website called gofirestarter.com. Anybody who wants to contact me to just get that extra push, I love talking to people who want to. I want Firestarter to be a movement, and I know
So you're being an
my
instigator.
I am an instigator. I want people to say, are you a fire starter? What do you need to accelerate? What fuel can I help you with? I want there to be common language. So anyone who needs help, you have them contact me, and I'd be more than happy to inspire them in any way I can. I love talking to people.
Awesome. Again, that is Firestarters, and that's by Raul
Yes?
Davis Jr., Kathy Palokoff, and Paul Eder.
Eater. Yep.
Okay, so Firestarters, there'll be a link with this video. Thank you so much, Kathy, for joining me on the Weekday Wisdom.
Thank you very much.
I hope you enjoyed today's video, as well as the whole series of videos featuring Kathy Palokoff. If you did, please give it a like on YouTube and let me know in a comment below. And remember, if you have questions you'd like me to answer in a future episode of the Weekday Wisdom, put it in a comment below and I'll get right to it. I want the Weekday Wisdom to be something that you value and look forward to watching. Now remember this, don't box yourself in. Spread your wings and fly because you, yes, you right there, are capable of more than you know.